Sami Zayn had one of the most insane, or should I say insane, runs in all of wrestling last year. From turning on Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble to actually main eventing WrestleMania and becoming tag team champions with his best friend Kevin Owens. Fast forward to 2024 though, and things aren't looking too good to say the least. Not only has Sami failed to punch his ticket at Elimination Chamber, he's in danger of missing WrestleMania 40 altogether. But what if I told you this was all part of the plan? Let's talk about it. At WrestleMania 39, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos to become the new, undisputed tag team champions. Not only did they end the Usos' historic 600+ day reign, they were also one half of the first tag team to main event a WrestleMania since the very first one in 1985. With the belts on their waists and fans on their side, things were shaping up to be a memorable rest of the year for both Sami and KO. And it did seem that way in the beginning. Through their first 2 months as champions, they scored a huge win in a rematch against the Usos, defeated Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser, and handed Roman his first ever clean pay-per-view loss in over 3 years. Just think about that for a second. But as the months went on, their run started getting stale with boring and repetitive matches, and as a result, fans started to lose interest, with some even asking for them to drop the titles already. Hold on, fans turning on babyfaces when they win the title? I know, shocking, right? And to make matters worse, the injuries kept piling up for both Zayn and Owens, and they would sadly lose the titles against the Judgment Day at Payback last year. In retrospect, was it a bad title reign?
Nope.
But one could argue it just didn't live up to the lofty expectations. With Kevin Owens getting shipped off to SmackDown in exchange for main event Jey Uso soon after, Sami found himself without his best friend and also without a partner. And this is where the struggle for relevancy again really began for Sami. Real quick, we're trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of March, so your subscription would really mean a lot. Thank you. He continued to feud with the Judgment Day, which felt like forever honestly, often playing second fiddle to either Cody or Jay. And talking about new lows, his match with JD McDonough at Crown Jewel didn't even make the cut on the main show, which, if we're being honest, should have been the opener at least. Those guys killed it. Since then, Sami has been on a steep decline in popularity while also losing most of his recent matches. His last major win being the War Games match at Survivor Series, but even then, he felt like the least important member of his team. And now, he finds himself without a clear path to WrestleMania, a stark contrast from just a year ago where he had arguably the hottest storyline going into the grandest stage of them all. But this lump Sami has found himself into isn't the end of his main event push. In fact, it might just be the beginning. You see, there are two types of people in professional wrestling, the holders and the chasers. The holders, as the name implies, are those who thrive in carrying gold around their waists. Guys like John Cena, Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan, and Gunther end up having either multiple championships or lengthy reigns throughout their careers. Chasers, on the other hand, excel at telling the story of trying to achieve the goal of winning a title, coming up short like a million times, and then finally reaching that goal in a satisfying conclusion. So you could probably guess which type Sami Zayn fits into. Some of the most iconic moments in WWE history has a legendary chase story behind it. Mankind winning the WWF Championship for the very first time, Daniel Bryan's Yes movement, and Kofi Kingston's Kofi Mania story all come to mind. And what do all of these men have in common? They have all been at one point in their careers recognized as the ultimate underdogs. The lovable losers who were never supposed to reach the brass ring but end up doing so through sheer determination and backing from fans. In a way, Sami Zayn is the epitome of the underdog mentality. I mean, they don't call him the underdog from the underground for no reason. Since his early days in NXT, he's been scrapping and clawing his way into the top. It's why fans gravitate to him so much and why his eventual NXT title victory was all the more sweeter because we were there throughout his journey and the struggles that came along with it. And nearly a decade later, it's what made his undisputed tag team championship victory with his best friend at WrestleMania 39 all the more important. Now, while the reign that comes after winning the title might end up being lackluster, as the saying goes, the money is in the chase. And for Sami, the journey has always been more compelling than the destination itself. And now, he's embarking on a new journey, probably his biggest one yet, and that is winning a top prize in WWE for the very first time in his career in the form of the World Heavyweight Championship.
Because mark my words, one day I will win that World Heavyweight Championship!
And much like before, the struggles will play an important part of this journey, turning Sami into an even bigger star than he is now. As to when the payoff would happen, WrestleMania XL just feels a bit too early to pull the trigger, and Drew McIntyre deserves his WrestleMania moment in front of fans anyway, so instead, I think it should happen at Money in the Bank, which coincidentally will take place at his home country of Canada. If rumors are true, then Sami might end up winning the Money in the Bank briefcase and cash it in later that night to a massive pop from his fellow countrymen. But regardless of when it happens, the chase story will ultimately make it all the more worth it. But what do you guys think? Do you see Sami Zayn winning the World Heavyweight or even the undisputed Universal Championship in the near future? Let me know in the comments below. Till the next video, have a great day.